Hi, beautiful souls. This is Suchi, and today we're going to be talking about something deeply uncomfortable, but deeply important and liberating. Because women are not tired because they're weak. Women are not anxious because they are broken. Women are not confused because they lack clarity. Women are exhausted because their nervous systems were trained to survive the patriarchy. So let me just explain. Your nervous system is your safety detector. It is like, constantly asking one question all the time: Am I safe or am I in danger? And for centuries, my dear, for centuries, women learned just one thing very clearly: being quiet is safer than being expressive. Being agreeable is safer than being honest. Being self sacrificing is safer than being sovereign. So the female nervous system just adapted over a period of time, not by fighting, not by freezing, but by fawning, by shrinking, by pleasing. Yeah. But this adaptation is not weakness, it's intelligence. You know, little girls learn very early, the young ones, maybe 3, 4, 5, 7, 10. When they're just growing up in their prime, they just learn: don't talk back, don't be dramatic. Good girls don't express anger. So the throat begins to tighten, the voice softens, and the body just learns that expression is not safe. This is why so many women across the world struggle to speak up. So, why do they lose their voice in the relationship? Why they feel a lump in the throat when setting boundaries? It's not because of fear. That's the stored survival memory across generations. Remember, women also learn something very early. If I'm useful, I'll be loved. So the nervous system just links love with overfunctioning, caretaking, emotional labor, and self erasure. This is why resting feels unsafe and unproductive. Receiving feels so uncomfortable. And just doing nothing will just trigger guilt in most of the women across the world. Why? Because the body learned, if I stop giving, I might be abandoned. So for many women sexuality also developed without the nervous system safety. It became more than pleasure, it became an obligation. It was not a desire anymore. It became performance instead of presence. There was fear instead of pleasure. So the pelvis just holds on to shame, numbness, disconnection, or hyper arousal without true intimacy. This is not a libido issue. It is a safety issue, a safety concern. See, patriarchy also trained women to constantly monitor their tone, their moods, and the emotional temperature of the room. So women became emotionally very intelligent, but physically they were exhausted. That's why so many women live with anxiety, burnout, autoimmune conditions, and even hormonal imbalances. See, the nervous system has never learned to rest in safety. This is why telling women to just be confident, overnight, just go and tell them, get confident, just set boundaries, or just love yourself. It doesn't work. It'll never work. You know why? Because you're asking a threatened nervous system to behave like a safe one. Remember this: true empowerment is not the mindset work, it is safety work. So, healing patriarchy from the nervous system means teaching the body new body truths, that expression is safe, desire is safe, rest is safe, and most importantly, receiving is safe, being seen as being safe. That doesn't happen through force, get empowered, set boundaries. No, it'll not work. It'll not work. It'll set your nervous system on another trigger, another stressor. So, you know, you can regulate your nervous system through somatic practices, through womb and pelvic healing, trauma informed relationships, slow embodied repair. It will not happen becoming louder, but becoming safer inside your body. So if you're watching this right now, place one hand on your chest and another one on your lower belly. Slowly breathe in and gently tell yourself, I'm allowed to exist without earning. I'm allowed to rest without guilt. I'm allowed to take up space and just notice what your body does. That response is the truth. Women don't need any fixing, they just need to feel safe again. And when a woman's nervous system heals, she doesn't need permission, validation, or approval. She becomes calm, clear, grounded, and most importantly, powerful without force. This is the kind of empowerment I stand for. This is the work of empower her, you know. So if this resonated, just comment, I choose safety, and share this with a woman who feels tired of being strong. And subscribe for more trauma informed feminine healing. Remember, you were never meant to survive your life, you were meant to feel safe inside my love. So, this is Suchi signing off. Until next time, bye bye.